Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett, and my hands is Dog Trouble by Kristin Varner. Okay, so this is a hell of a graphic novel. If you have any heart, you're probably going to be choked up by the end of reading this like I was. I'll outright say, like, I'm not the biggest animal fan. It's not that I'm against animals, just not quite my thing. Didn't really grow up with many of them. Tortoise, some fish, that's about it. But, you know, my heart's opened up a little bit to them. So, and overall, I'm not the biggest, gushy animal person. So, you know, reading this, I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to connect with it. But the story's about this kid named Ash, whose parents divorced, mom lives in the city, dad lives on an island. Seems like an island off of Seattle from what I can tell, like that sort of area. Ash gets busted for some vandalism. Mom decides that Ash should go and do some community volunteer during the summer at his dad's place. Ash, when deciding what to do, has to pick between a retirement home and an animal shelter. He goes with the animal shelter. What's interesting is, through his logic, through the build-up, or through getting to know Ash, we kind of get a feeling that, this kid is, I'm not going to say troubled, but, is definitely hurting inside. He's got a grandfather that he loves that passed away, tried to take care of the grandfather's dog. The dog passed away soon after. His dad's remarried. He has a stepsister. The mom isn't really paying too much attention to him because she's busy with school and work. So it's one of those kids. Listless, I think, would probably be a good way of putting it. Definitely probably acts out a little bit to get attention, but isn't what I would say is necessarily a bad kid overall. Just one that needs a little bit of attention and a little bit of work. Like the dogs he's going to be working with at the shelter. This is a no-kill shelter. Some dogs are rescued. Some dogs are dropped off. Some dogs are at the end of life, and they're being taken care of. And as a no-kill shelter, they do their best to not kill the dogs unless it's a medical thing where they need to, or the dog is really a danger. They do their best to to train the dogs and get the dogs out of there. So Ash has to go work his way up, and he himself needs to become trusting of the dogs and kind of get attached to the dogs, and with that, open himself up a little bit. There's also another kid on the island who is likes to BMX. Ash is a skateboarder. They bond. So it's really kind of just Ash opening up of this journey he really didn't want, on this place he didn't want to be, and learning to take care of these dogs, and in many ways kind of heal the dogs and heal himself. It sounds a little cheesy, but it's the honest truth. There is tragedy. I will say probably about 80% of the way through, I was in tears. Me, who's not the biggest dog person in the entire world, is in tears. I'm not going to go into it, but I think anyone that reads it that gets choked up is totally understandable. So yeah, it's a good read. I think I'm not quite sure the right age for it. I would say maybe tween to early high school. Feels like maybe I don't think 11 and under feels a bit too young. Maybe 11 would be good. But I'd say 12 to 14-ish, somewhere around there. 11 to 14-ish, maybe 15-ish. It's good, though. Or if someone just, really, really likes animals and dogs and wants a good story about dogs and taking care of dogs, it's a good read. It's a really good read. I think the art is solid. I like the style. Done with the black, white, and blue. It keeps it really, really simple. There's some other colors in there, but generally it's black, white, and blue. Some yellows. But yeah, I mean, it's good overall. I enjoy it. The thing I actually really appreciate about it is that, let's see, find some examples of it, is one, it talks about dogs themselves. It gives you kind of little ideas about little knowledge and factoids about what these dogs are and who these dogs are, what type of dogs they are, and stuff like that. But also, like, terminology about the dogs themselves. So, like, here they talk about how some dogs were, the dog was from a puppy mill, and talks about what puppy mills are, and what you need to know about them and to think about. And then here's about mange, and, you know, this is a dog that was rescued, and what mange is. So, I mean, it's cool like that. You know, stuff like martingale, which I've never heard of. It's a safety collar thing. I again, don't know really animals. So yeah, like, it's educational for those who might not know a lot about dogs, and it's entertaining too, and it's actually just really, it's touching and nice. There's also some great suggestions in the back of how to get involved and help out, like, local shelters. You know, I know there's issues with shelters being just overflowing right now, so they absolutely need help with volunteers, fundraising, donation drive, like everything possible. There's even a recipe for do-it-yourself treats, which I think is really cool. And then also in the back, some sketches as well, which I always love stuff like that. So yeah, really good. Highly recommend it. As I said, got me choked up, which is, you know, always a good sign that it's a good read. Out now in shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage, and by doing that, you'll support our site. Speaking of support, I want to thank First Second for hooking us up with the review copy, and of course, thank you all for watching. If you are into graphic novels and you're into comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.